Hi, y'all. It's you. And here today we got our special guest. His name is S. And this is going to be Mornings with Us. Well, now, S, that looks like a problem there I just can't wrap my head around. You think you could help us with that today?
Why, yes, it's an inequality. Our first step would be to factor out the top and bottom.
Well, those there looks like some big numbers. I wonder how he's going to figure this out. Let's turn it back over to him. Well, now, doesn't that just look a heck of a lot better? Now, what's our next step, S?
Next, you would equal each factor to 0.
Well, I'll be darned. What are we supposed to do with all these X's now?
Well, now we have to plug it into a number line.
Now, folks, don't get it confused. You're going to have to put your biggest negatives on your far left and then your smallest positives on your right, okay? Now, this is going to be our next step, folks, and surprisingly, I know it. What we're going to do is we're going to find numbers to go in between all the numbers we already have, like right here, right here, right here, and right here, and not last and not least, right there. Let's go ahead and use some easy numbers. So we're going to go with -5, -3, good old 0, and then a good old 2 right there. And then last, we're going to go with 8. Now what we're going to do next, folks, stay with me, is we're going to plug these black numbers into this here equation.
Now, to make this easier, instead of writing the solution in numbers, you can write your product in terms of positive or negative. So, -5 plus 2 equals 3. So, in that...
Hold on, S. I don't mean to interrupt, but wouldn't -5 plus a positive 2 equal a -3?
sign in the place of the factor product.
Let's see if I can finish this here problem. So -5 minus 1 is going to equal a -6. So it's going to be another negative sign right there. Now we're going to do the bottom. -5 minus 7 is going to equal a -12. So once more, we're going to put us a negative number right here yonder. All right. -5 plus 4 equals -1. Once more, a little old negative sign right here, but we're all positive on the show of us. Now let's remember, a negative times a negative is going to give you a positive. A negative times a negative is going to give you another positive. And what does a positive and a positive give you? Well, I'll be darned if it doesn't give you a bigger old positive. Now, in order to know if our numbers are negative or positive when they're plugged back in our equation, we're going to make sure that above that +5, we're going to put a good old positive sign. Now, let's go on to -3. Alrighty. -3 plus 2 equals -1. So, good old negative sign. -3 minus 1 is -4. Another negative. That's all going to be over. -3 minus 7. That's going to give you a -10. Good old negative sign. Then, -3 plus 4 equals a +1. Finally. Alrighty. A negative times a negative equals a positive. And a positive times a negative equals a negative. Now for negative for 3, it's going to be a positive over a negative, which is then they're going to equal, what's it going to equal as? Negative over a positive. Negative, right?
That's correct.
Alrighty. So, -3 is going to have a good old negative sign. Now to go a little faster, we're going to jump forward. See you at the end. Now folks, remember, we're looking for numbers that are greater than 0. So all these ones that gave us negative answers are going to then have to be thrown out. Now folks, we're going to have to figure out which way our circles go and arrows go. Now you might be confused, but let me help you out. Now all the positive areas are going to be where our solutions are. So what we're going to do here is put a line connected to our original equation answers. Now this line's going to be facing to the left because that's where all the positive answers are. And remember, it's got to be bigger than 0. So, bam. Now we're going to continue this trend on down the number line, starting with -2. We can't go to the left because those are negative numbers, but we sure can't go to the right. So we're going to go all the way next to our other solution and connect the dots. Alrighty, and now to finish out this number line, we're going to circle that 7, and all the positives go to your right. So we're going to point that arrow just like that, and I'll be dogged if you ain't got a finished number line. Now, let me clean this old number line up for you folks.
All the numbers from -infinity to -4 is part of our solution set. Along with -2 to +1 and 7 to +infinity.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for that inequality, and I'll be dogged if I thought that I couldn't do it. So, coming at you from you and finishing up with us, this has been the morning show with, well, us. We hope you enjoying. Don't be scared of them inequalities. You got this.